Messi. He'll go for goal here. Oh, my!
Think about what it takes to be the best in the world at something for 1 year, 1 season, 1 moment. Now imagine doing it for 20. Imagine showing up year after year to the biggest stage in your sport, under the kind of pressure that has ended careers, broken nations, and reduced all-time greats to footnotes. Imagine doing all of that and scoring every single time. 5 separate World Cups. 5 different eras of football. 2 men. This is that story. There is a record in the FIFA World Cup that stood untouched for nearly a century. Across 22 tournaments, thousands of players, and more than 2,000 goals, no man had ever found the net in 5 different World Cups. Pelé could not do it. Maradona could not do it. Ronaldo, Nazario, Zidane, Beckenbauer, none of them. The record seemed like a wall no one would ever reach. Not because players were not great enough, but because greatness almost never survives that long at the highest level. And then came 2 men who refused to let it stay untouched. It starts in Germany, June 2006. Lionel Messi is 19 years old, a substitute, barely on the pitch long enough to break a sweat. But within 14 minutes of entering the game, he collects a pass, cuts inside, and scores. Simple. Clean. Almost casual. Nobody in that stadium knows they are watching the beginning of something that will take 20 more years to fully understand. Across the country, in a different city, a 21-year-old Portuguese winger steps up to take a penalty against Iran. Cristiano Ronaldo. He drives it in and walks back to the center circle like a man who already knows this is only the beginning. 2 goals, 2 players, 1 tournament. A shared story has started, and neither man knows where it ends. 4 years later, in South Africa, the story takes its first dark turn. Messi goes to that World Cup, carrying the full weight of Argentina's expectations. He plays every minute. The posts deny him, the goalkeepers deny him, the tournament denies him. 0 goals. Argentina lose to Germany in the quarterfinals, and Messi walks off the pitch in silence. The kind of silence that defines a player not by what they achieved, but by what they carried. Ronaldo, meanwhile, scores against North Korea in one of the strangest goals ever seen. The ball bounces off his neck, off his head, and rolls onto his foot into an empty net. It counts. 2 World Cups, 2 goals. The record keeps building quietly while no one is watching. Brazil 2014 is where Messi answers everything. He scores against Bosnia at the Maracanã, against Iran, against Nigeria, against the United States in extra time. 4 goals and a nation believing this is finally the year. Argentina reached the final. Messi stands 90 minutes away from everything. And then, Germany. Mario gets it. Extra time. A goal that ends the dream 1 step short. Messi receives the golden ball as player of the tournament, and the look on his face says he would trade it without thinking twice. Ronaldo, meanwhile, is carrying a knee injury he refuses to acknowledge. Portugal crash out in the group stage. He scores 1 goal against Ghana, barely enough, never enough, and goes home early. 3 World Cups scored in, 1 more tournament, 1 more shot. Then comes 2018, Russia. The night that reminds everyone exactly who Ronaldo is when the world is watching. Portugal versus Spain. 4th minute, penalty, left corner. Before halftime, a close-range finish. Spain level it twice. Then, in the 88th minute, 30 yards from goal, Ronaldo stands over a free kick. His approach is unhurried, almost arrogant. He strikes it, the ball bends, climbs, and crashes into the top corner. Hat-trick, one of the great individual World Cup performances ever. 4 goals in Russia, 4 World Cups scored in, 1 left. Messi in Russia scores once against Nigeria and watches his tournament end in the round of 16 at the hands of a 17-year-old Mbappe, who runs past Argentina's defense like they are standing still. Qatar 2022, Ronaldo is 37. People say he is done. Portugal face Ghana in their opener. A penalty is awarded. Ronaldo places the ball, takes 3 steps back, and rolls it in. The stadium erupts. Cristiano Ronaldo becomes the first male player in the history of the FIFA World Cup to score in 5 different tournaments. 92 years of competition. No one else has ever done it, but Qatar belongs to Messi. 7 goals, a nation following his every touch from 10,000 miles away. A quarterfinal against the Netherlands that spirals into chaos, a celebration aimed at the opposition bench that needs no translation. A final against France, one of the greatest matches ever played, where Messi scores twice, where Argentina trail in extra time, and where the final whistle eventually arrives, and Lionel Messi, 35 years old, lifts the trophy his country waited 40 years for. June 16, 2026. Kansas City, the 20th anniversary of Messi's World Cup debut. He is 38. Argentina face Algeria. 17 minutes in, a pass cuts through. Messi takes a touch and shoots. 5 World Cups scored in. He has joined Ronaldo in a club with exactly 2 members, but he does not stop. A second goal, then a third, his first ever World Cup hat trick. 16 career World Cup goals, level with Miroslav Klose's all-time record. 38 years old, 20 years after it began, the story has come back around to exactly where it started. This is what 2 decades of excellence actually looks like. Not a highlight reel, not one defining moment, a continuous line drawn across 5 World Cups, 2 continents, 5 generations of opponents that never once broke. Ronaldo scored in 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, and 2022. Every tournament, the net moved for him. Messi scored in 2006, 2014, 2018, 2022, and 2026. 16 goals, 24 total goal contributions, more than any player in the history of this tournament, more than Pele, more than anyone. The record they share will sit in the history books for as long as this sport exists. When the next generation stands at their first World Cup, this is the number they will be chasing. 5. And in that chase, they will begin to understand what it actually cost. 2 men, 1 record, 20 years of football, and they are both still playing.